Good people, I greet you. It's great to reminisce about good memories of my past. A past that shaped my present and a present that hopefully will shape not only my future, but that of our children and the incoming generation. My name is Ighotemu, Okor, born and bred in Warri, Delta State. Warri of those days was a town of peace, purpose and communal spirit. Trusts were hardly betrayed. Support for each other was the order of the day. Growing up in Warri was fun. With the beauty of our rich culture and traditions, we often looked with nostalgia to the season of Okor, an annual masquerade festival with epic center of the celebration at Okor main roundabout or square. The elegance and beauty of the festival, graced by masquerades in attires almost akin to the costume and apparel worn by your masquerade in Lagos. It is a mix of culture, tradition, dancing and humor. So don't wander too far when you ask how Warri has evolved to be the root of comedy. It is rooted in our culture. I also recall with fond memories the great Agbasa Juju Cultural Festival, a colorful festival celebrated by the people of Agbara Warri Kingdom. It is a warlike festival popularly called Agbasa Juju. The date of the festival is chosen according to the Robo native market days by the Olotu and the elders of the kingdom, where the respective towns are expected to come in a dance procession with their warlike costumes. What a beauty to behold. I wonder how deep and rich our children are today in our culture and traditions. Interesting cultures are warning for different reasons, ranging from westernization to mere indifference of traditional institutions and practice. Time won't permit me to delve much on what we miss as a nation if we do not preserve our culture. This is a serious food for thought for us as a nation. Yes, Warri was fun, but the need for education took me out of Warri at the age of 17 when I got admission to the University of Lagos. At 17, I was bold enough to take on the world. I was wise enough to understand the import of education and the need to be focused in life. Strange enough, it was also my first time in Lagos, Warri boy in Lagos, but I was armed with enough street sense needed for my survival. And of course, I never went back. Coping with life in Lagos was no challenge. It was not different from life in Warri. Those trust elements of my days in Warri were also found in Lagos. In the mid-80s, I recall one particular scenario, and it sets me thinking if such still exists in our Nigeria of today. There was this vendor in front of the big Senate building at that time. I describe the Senate building as big because it was probably one of the biggest buildings I've seen at that time. Those were years when our local football league was popular and embraced by all Nigerians. You read about the exploits of Ighotemu National, New Nigerian Bank of Benin, Bedel Insurance of Benin, NNPC Football Club of Warri, Seasiders Football Club of Warri, ICC Shooting Stars, BCC Lions of Boko, Abiola Babes, stationery stores, and a host of others. Every Sunday morning, we will rush to the front of the Senate building to read results of the matches played over the weekend from the back page of Tribune newspaper. How such news got published early in those days still baffles me. We were the ones they call Free Readers Association. Then we will pick the papers, read and return. Those who wish to buy will drop money inside a cup or a bowl by the newsstand and walk away. Curiously, in my 4 years in Unilag, I never set my eyes on who the vendor was. Nobody had the mind of stealing his papers, and we never heard for once of any incident of theft. How it was done, I could not even figure out. Such was the extent of trust in our time. Can we make bold to say the same scenario can play itself out in today's Nigeria? What do we have today? Mutual suspicion of each other? Distrust in all facets of life? How did we get here? What happened to those glorious years of our local football, rich culture, and enviable traditions? Can we change the narrative? Can we turn back the hand of the clock with a will? Yes, we can. Let us start from our youths, the leaders of tomorrow. I think that the best thing we can do for our children is to allow them to do things for themselves, allow them to be strong, and allow them believe more in themselves, imbibe in them that identity that was so strong in molding us to who we have become today. Then we are building a foundation for their greatness. It is not enough to revel in the glory of the good old days. It is important to take the lessons, right the wrongs. It is not too late. Our children deserve a better and greater future, not stories about the good old days. To this end, I therefore join Sir Shomore Badejo in this patriotic drive towards a greater tomorrow. Thank you very much.